Welcome back. Today's episode, I'm answering a question, your first tax lien certificate sale, do this and not that. I'm Ted Thomas. I've been involved in tax lien certificate and tax defaulted property for the past 30 years. I can assure you there's one common theme regarding tax lien certificates and tax defaulted property, and that simply is this. You must research before you buy. In other words, you should know what you're buying. You should have boots on the ground if it's property. If it's tax lien certificates, I say the same thing. You need to have a look at that property. I don't say that to discourage you and make it hard. I say that because doing a little bit of homework is really going to save you a lot of headaches. People buy properties that they haven't seen, and then who knows what could be wrong with that property, and you might end up with a real problem on your hands. So in summary, do your research. Don't be lazy. Do not skip the research. Do the research because you need to do it. For sure that you're going to have to do that. For some reason, many people purchase tax lien certificates and they don't want to go look at the property. I don't know why they do that, but they do. Folks, if you end up and there's a burned down property that you purchased, I can tell you right now, that property owner is not going to come back and pay the tax certificate. They're just going to walk away from that mess. Now you will have wasted your money. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. So a lot of things can happen to properties that could damage you, whether it could be a flood, whether it could be a hurricane, whether it could be a fire, whether it could be even next to a chicken farm or a pig farm where the smell is so bad people don't want to be anywhere near their property. The point is this. I know what not to do, and that is you don't want to skip the research. Folks, if you're trying to buy property and pray that it's the right thing, I'm going to tell you, prayer is not a very good business strategy. So it's not unusual for the weather to cause a lot of problems. So I think I've pretty much covered that. So do your research, make sure that you find out. So when people say do this and not do that, well, do this, and that is do your research, don't skip over it, don't be lazy. It's going to take you a little bit of time. I'll be right back and give you some more details. Okay, now a lot of people don't want to check the property because they don't want to spend the time. But you certainly could use the GIS mapping system. You could have someone else drive by. You could have someone get a picture. You need to make sure that you know exactly what you're buying. Now, if you haven't attended classes, learn how to do this. If you don't have a coach and you don't have a mentor with experience, well, those are all the things that you need to start thinking about doing. Don't skip over that. A coach could make all the difference between you getting wealthy and you getting a property that you wish you hadn't bought. Now, the majority of the bidders at tax auctions,
how better go there, how better go there, how better go where, how better go here, how bid now, how better go.
They just look at a parcel number and then they look at what the bid is and they go ahead and bid. I'm going to suggest that you don't do that. I'm going to suggest you look at that parcel number, look at the minimum bid, look at the values, and then make sure that somehow you've checked out that property. Don't just buy a property and hope that it's all going to work out. So in my office, we actually do daily calls, and the most important call that we do for our facilitators and guides is a class on property research. Good idea to learn how to do that. Now, nationwide, there's over 3,000 counties in the United States. All of them can sell tax defaulted property, and about half of them can sell tax lien certificates. So it doesn't matter which one. You certainly wouldn't marry the woman without looking and meeting her, that's for sure. All right, so it's the same thing here. So you want to make sure that you've checked out those properties. It's going to be your responsibility. The county is not taking any responsibility for the condition of the property or any defects in the deed. So keep that in the back of your mind. All right, so when the money is spent, you're going to have purchased it. The government's going to keep that money. And what are they going to do with it? Well, that revenue that comes in from these tax auctions, that's what pays the county employees, pays for the fire department, pays for the police department and sheriff department, pays for the school teachers. I hope you're getting the idea. The county's bills, and there are lots of them, are paid from this tax money. So once you have bought that certificate, I can tell you right now, they're not going to refund it. So property taxes are the lubricant that kind of keep the wheels of the government moving, and once they get their money, they're going to keep it. No one's trying to hurt you. They tell you right up front, check out the property. So you want to make sure that you do exactly that. You see those little white circles? That's how many auctions are taking place within that state in the next 90 days. This calendar updates every single day. I'm here today to show you how to make money. To do that, I'm going to show you briefly that there are thousands of tax defaulted real estate properties across the 3,000 plus counties in the United States. This is quite interesting. You're looking at the Ted Thomas Magic Interactive Map and Auction Calendar. It changes every day. Now, I created the calendar and the map so I would know how many auctions are taking place every day in the United States. Now I can show the little guy how to make money. Most importantly, I created this system so I could have an auction list for each auction 24/7. All right, so the rules of the auctions were started 200 years ago by the legislature. The legislature says all property owners will pay tax. All right, and then the state legislature requires the Board of Supervisors or the county commissioners to execute those things. All right, so the county commissioners or Board of Supervisors, they're going to have the tax collector and the treasurer levy the tax, and then they're going to try to collect the tax. If they can collect it, they're happy. If they can't, what they're going to have to do is confiscate it and then resell the property. Well, when they resell these properties, they're going to resell these properties for basically the back taxes. Now, what's that mean? Well, that simply means when they sell that property, they might give a 60%, 70, even an 80% discount from the tax assessed value. So they're going to value way up high, and they're going to drop it by 60, 70, 80%. Well, when you make that investment, you want to make sure you make an investment in something that you've had boots on the ground, you've looked at, use the GIS mapping, use Google, anything that you can do to check out that property. If you don't know how to do it, well, then hire a coach and have them teach you how to do it. Make sure that you know what you're buying. You don't want to be lazy when it comes to tax liens and tax deeds. All right, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about your first tax lien certificate sale. Do this and not that. What you need to do is you need to do due diligence. That means you need to look at that property, not the fact that you're going to skip over it and pray that that's going to be a good property. Prayer is not a good business strategy. All right, now tax lien certificates, they have redemption requirements. Simply stated, in Florida, they have a 2-year redemption period. In Arizona, they have a 3-year redemption period. That simply means when you buy the tax lien certificate in Arizona, anytime during 3 years, that property owner can come in and pay the amount of the tax lien certificate plus the accrued interest on it and maybe any fees that the county's going to tack onto it. They have to pay all that, and then they're relieved. The tax certificate disappears, and the certificate holder gets paid. All right, now if they don't get paid at the end of 3 years, well, guess what happens? They're going to have lost the property to whoever bought the tax lien certificate. It's a little different in Florida. It's a 2-year period of time, and at the end of the 2 years, so any time during the 2 years, the property owner can come in and pay their tax, pay the accrued interest, pay any fees or penalties to the county, and then they're going to be relieved of that tax lien certificate. All right, that means that tax lien certificate owner is going to get paid. Well, if they don't get paid at the end of 2 years, then the owner of that certificate in Florida has to go to the county and request that they do another auction. But you're getting the idea here. You don't want to buy any of these certificates, tax lien certificates, or tax defaulted property unless you've checked out the property. So this process gets everybody excited because there's a lot of money involved. Tax lien certificates could pay 24. They could pay, the lowest I've seen is 8%, and I don't know of any out there right now, but currently you could receive 16% in Arizona, 24% in Iowa, 36% in a place like Illinois. My point is, these are certificates get everybody excited. Well, if you're going to buy a certificate, I don't know what's there, and you don't know because you're just looking at an auction list. When you look at that list, there's no picture. So you've got to check out these properties. So the things to do is do this. Check the property. Do your research. This is due diligence required of every property. Not decide that you're going to pray and hope that the whole thing works out. Well, it doesn't work out a lot of times by hoping that way. All right, so I'm going to show you pictures throughout the particular YouTube video, and you'll see different pictures of different kind of properties and what could take place. Don't think that those pictures are just made up. Things happen to real estate property all the time. So don't buy property without research. Learn how to evaluate and research property. All right, now if the property owner fails to redeem, if they fail to come in and pay on the tax lien certificate, in the majority of the states, you're going to get the property. All right, so if you buy a property that's damaged by any number of ways, is damaged, I can tell you a lot of those homeowners will not come forward and pay the certificate. So you're now going to have lost your money because now you own a property that's no good. You're going to have to, what are you going to do with it? Well, you're going to have to wait until the tax lien the next certificate goes on it. All right, so don't buy tax lien certificates without looking at it. So that's probably the major thing that I want to say to you. All right, now I'm running out of time. I do want to mention, if you're going to buy tax defaulted property or tax liens, take a good close look at them. If you're buying tax defaulted property, make sure you look at the property thoroughly and know what you can sell it for, because you need an exit strategy. And then finally, right below me, if you want an auction list, just register it and you can get an auction list. More than likely, your county, you can get it for that one or one close to you. I'm Ted Thomas. See you on the next video.